Today we have a bit of an issue with Buxty in the 1995 Toyota Rav4. People are getting stuck in the passenger side because the door lock is playing up. I'm driving around like a taxi with passengers in the back seat. I'm going to open up the door lock assembly and see if the problem is obvious. There are 5 screws that need to be undone to get the front door panel off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I almost forgot to say, don't do anything that I do. Then just unclip it from the bottom and lift the door panel upwards. If you've got a Rav4 with electric windows, there's the extra step of unplugging them. A bit of sticky tape, I don't know if that came standard, but hiding behind this plastic cover are the linkage rods which connect the door handles to the locking mechanism. An essential tool you're going to need to get some of those plastic clips off is a stiff wire with a hook on the end. I just took this off an old lantern, but any piece of wire that looks similar to this should do the trick. There are 4 plastic clips holding the connecting rods in place that need to be unclipped. A green one, another green one, a pinkish clip hiding up there, and then lastly a yellow clip, but there's a catch, excuse the pun. It is stuck. The way to handle this is to remove the 2 bolts holding the door handle in place and access the yellow clip from the other side. There is a tiny dome head on the end of the linking rod that is stopping the plastic clip. Being as gentle as a brain surgeon here, you can pry the plastic clip over the dome head and pull the linking rod out. Perfect. Breaking locks, not hearts. Now we can unscrew the lock assembly to fix it, unplug it, unclip the wiring, and at last access the faulty lock assembly. Look what was hiding at the bottom of the door frame, a broken tension spring. That may be the source of some of the issues. Springing into action, I've got the lock assembly, the broken tension spring, and a replacement tension spring. I'm going to pry this plastic cover off. It's not so easy. There we go. These hooks on the left are where the spring attaches. There's one at the top here, and then one lower down. Excellent, that's working. And then I just want to grease up the entire mechanism with some multi-purpose grease, just so that it works a little bit more smoothly. It also stops more corrosion from happening. I'm going to cover the spring, everything. The more lube, the better. Everything is extremely greasy, so now I can pop this plastic cover back on and the lock assembly can go back inside the vehicle. Before the lock goes back in, I'm going to wipe off the dust that's collected inside the door. A significant portion of car maintenance is just cleaning. Keep things squeaky clean. Plug the power. Then I think it makes sense to connect the yellow clip at the top next. Everything goes back inside. There's the yellow clip at the top. It just pushes in. And then this comes back down and clips onto the rod. Once that top rod is attached, your screws should line up quite nicely. And then screw it back in place. Get it in the pink hole. The green clips are much easier to reattach. The linking rods are all attached, and thankfully no clips were harmed in the process. The power cable clips back in so it doesn't wiggle around. The plastic cover for the linking rod also clips into place. I'm sure this used to be a better clip. I don't know what's happened there. Maybe it's broken. So I'm going to add a little piece of epoxy putty on the end, just to help it from moving around. Once that sets, it should keep it in place. It works like a charm. That is a weird expression because charms don't actually do anything. Back goes the plastic with all the sticky stuff. For the last step, plug in the electric window switch and put the door panel back on. Connect it to the top first, and it should slide in place. Other than this lock issue, Buxton hasn't needed any other maintenance for a while now. She's been running extremely smoothly. Lock and roll. Lockdown is officially over.